I usually like to wait until a season ends before I talk about a show because I've learned my lesson that if I make a video too soon, I end up changing my mind about a bunch of things and wanting to completely redo the video. I'm looking at the video about the floor that I did a while back, but so much has happened specifically with the most recent episode of The Bachelor that I just felt like I was going to explode if I didn't talk about it. Also, the last two videos I did were so long and your girl needs a break. Anyway. Welcome back to the Max Reality. If you've seen my face before, then you know the drill, but if you're new here, I love talking all things reality TV, and today we are having a mid-season rant about The Bachelorette. So far as we're recording this, we have made it through week 6, and I just already have feelings, especially about the most recent episode. If you've not been keeping up with this season of The Bachelorette, this probably isn't going to be the video for you. I'm not really going to, catch anybody up. If you do want a review, I would recommend checking out the podcast Your Mom and Dad. They do recaps of the episodes each week. I don't have that in me right now. I just have some feelings. So if you have not been watching Jenn's season of The Bachelor, join me next time. Join me for the ending, for my end video recapping the entire season. I will be back to film that supplements this rant. So I'll see you then. Let's just jump straight into it. Sam M. As I say, my disclaimer is at the beginning of this video. I'm going to give a short version of it right now. I do not know this man personally. He might be lovely in person. This might be a bad edit. Who knows? I am talking about the character of Sam M on this show. Do not go to this man's social media. Send him hate. That is weirdo behavior. If you want to say weird things about him, say it in my comments. Don't message this man death threats or anything. This is a reality show. We're just gossiping about it. Disclaimer over, rant beginning. There we go. One of my favorite things that I've seen posted about Sam M on social media, I've seen this a few times, are girls posting being like, I think my personal red flag is I was really into Sam M and I'm single and all my friends who are in healthy long-term relationships did not like Sam M. And I think that's so funny because honestly that was real. I was not a Sam M fan. From the beginning, I saw the red flags. I've met so many Sam M's, but I had other people that I know tangentially and people in my life and people on social media that I'm friends with who loved him, and some of them did happen to be single. So that was my favorite thing I've seen said about him, and I literally have just continued to play that in my head because whoever posted it pretty early on, like maybe week 3, and literally every week it's just gotten worse and worse and worse with his red flags, and I just keep playing that post in my head. And at first when I saw Sam M, it was just my own personal biases of red flags, just some of the ways he was talking. He just gave very player vibes. He gave very these are the lines that I say to women. They always work. I don't even need to do anything else. I have these lines deep in my head. I just got that energy from him. But it was the beginning. I was like, you never know. He might just be nervous. That might be why he seems rehearsed. But then he immediately goes into week 2 with Thomas M in. And they make this buddying bully duo where they're just attacking Devin. And that's when I knew. It was so childish. The way they teamed up to bother this man. And honestly, at one point, it really felt like, if my memory serves me well, that Sam M kind of sicked Thomas on him. And maybe that's not exactly what happened. It was just my personal perspective of what seemed like happened. And that was when I was like, no, my suspicions are correct. The way they were acting together, I was like, oh, no, this is bad. This is bad news bears. And then even after Thomas N left, the battle that continued with Sam M and Devin, just so silly to watch. I also loved the redemption arc that Devin got with people on the internet, because people did not like Devin in the beginning. And I think it's fair what I've been personally saying about Devin, because just small plug, I do live stream The Bachelor on TikTok Monday, 7 p.m. Central, if you ever want to join us over there. But something I've been saying is Devin makes me nervous. Like, I know some Devins. I've met some Devins. Like Devin reminds me so much in particular of like two people I know. And while they are my friends, and I would consider them friends, they're not really people that I would tell my female friends to date. And it's not because I don't think they're good guys. I just know that sometimes relationships don't work out the best for them. And this could be wrong. These are my personal biases that I'm putting on Devin because of how much he reminds me of some people I know. But he just makes me nervous. It's not that I don't like Devin. He just makes me nervous. So I was happy to see the redemption arc he got with Sam because I was always a Sam hater and I was having to see people posting like, I don't know, I think he's just so hot and I think it'll be fine. And I'm just sitting there like, have y'all lost your ever-loving minds? Like, Devin's silly. Devin can, sorry, that just reminded me of the whole Sam M not even being able to get Devin's name right. Anyway, that was a whole other thing that I forgot about until just then. Anyway, back to my point, Devin can be silly. Devin says out-of-pocket things, but that compared with Sam M, which is always so baffling to me, why people did not like him, which I thought was really interesting, because also from the beginning, Devin gave me very much Maria vibes from Joey's past season of The Bachelor, and people are starting to say that now, and some people said it at the time. I wasn't the first or only person to think that, but I feel like it took other people, like a bigger portion of Bachelor Nation, a while to make that connection, which really surprised me, because from the get-go, their rivalry reminded me of Sydney, I think was her name. Sorry to that lady, cannot remember for sure. And Maria's confrontation battle all throughout Joey's season. So funny to see him get this arc and people starting to hype him up and love him. Still nervous about him, but we're rooting for Dylan. I guess I'm gonna have to talk about that now because it's just so funny to me. To be so vehemently angry with somebody and be like, you're not the right one for her, and not even be able to get the man's name right. Another point for just a giant walking red flag. It's like, what are you even talking? How are you so angry at this man and you don't even know his name? I get it. They were learning a lot of names. I'm also bad with names. There was a Dylan in the house, so maybe that's how it happened. But still so funny to be so angry and like getting up at somebody and saying their name wrong while you're telling them like what you know about them. Truly incredible moment. The one plus we will give to Sam is he's given us some incredibly funny moments because of this. The whole calling Devin Dylan, and then the favorite of every single person, including myself, keep the main thing the main thing. Keep the main thing the main thing. That's going to be in my head forever. Right on up there with Cameron from Bachelor in Paradise. This was forever ago. It was eons ago. But he said, ABC. Always be Cameron.
As I always say, ABC, always be Cam. I always say ABC, always be Cam, and this is a very Cam thing to do. Very simple. ABC, always be Cam.
And that has also stayed in my head forever, so Sam M's line is going probably right up there with that one, to be honest. And then the biggest red flag that I think is really when everybody was officially off the Sam M train was when they had their one-on-one date. Watching that one-on-one date made me viscerally angry multiple times. I wanted to jump through the TV and just tell that man to shut the fuck up. I literally just don't. The way he talked to her, number one, I'm the Bachelorette. You're not going to tell me what we aren't going to do on this date. Like, I think what he was trying to do in his head, and I'm sure this has worked on other women, and probably didn't work, but they, like, pretended it did, and he has never learned. I think he was trying to play that, like, oh, chivalrous, like, you can jump off this building because I'm going to be with you, and I'm going to push you to be better, like, and he thought that was something that was, like, hot, because I think he's probably seen it in TV and movies, but I don't think he makes the realization that that's, like, not cool in real life. And also, there's only a certain point you can do that to. Like, if he had brought it up and like tried to push her to do it and she had said no, and maybe one other time he was like, are you sure? Like, I want you to have this experience. That's one thing. But to keep egging it on just repeatedly and repeatedly when she was uncomfortable was just horrible to watch. It made me so angry. And then when they actually get out there and he's just like, yep, I'm gonna jump. And oh, just infuriating. I literally wanted to come unglued. And all of these red flags lead us to this most recent episode, episode 6, the complete downfall of Sam M. And the first thing I will say is, like I was saying earlier, it was hard to watch that one-on-one date with Sam M. But in the past, the reason it would have been hard to watch is because of things from production and editing. And this time, it was just hard to watch because of Sam M. And truly, I keep saying this, I've been saying it every season since about Charity's season. The producers have made the show so much better since Charity's season. There was a while there right before Charity's season where I was about to be out. I've been watching this show for years and I was this close to being done. I did skip a couple seasons because I was just so tired of some of the stuff that was like happening and then it also being boring. But truly and deeply, I have honestly had so much fun watching since Charity's season. Charity's season was so much fun. Joey's season was so much fun. And I have had so much fun watching Jenn's season. Anybody who still says, like, oh, Maria should have been the Bachelorette. Like, I get it. I hear you. I also think Maria would have been a good Bachelorette. But she wasn't the only option. Like, even Daisy would have been a fine Bachelorette, I'm sure. But each of them is going to bring something different. Like, I don't know why people immediately thought Jenn would be a bad Bachelorette just because they wanted Maria. It's a concept I'll never understand, but that's just the way it is sometimes with Bachelor Nation. But in my personal opinion, Jenn has proved them wrong. I have had so much fun watching this season, and episode 6 was no different. I was on the edge of my seat every moment. I was living, I was loving. I was like, how is it already an hour and a half in? I just want to keep watching. And there was a while there where that was the exact opposite of how I was feeling. So we do need to take a moment to say thank you to however made the show come back to life. Mike Fleiss leaving. Anyway, weird cough. One last thing I have to say production-wise before continuing on in the Sam M rant is I loved that this episode was stacked with alum. We like that Bachelor. Bring that back. We love the legacy. We love seeing couples. We love seeing the single girls. It's always so exciting to see previous people on the show coming back. We got Kelsey. We got Daisy. We got Charity. We got Trista. We got the Mesniks. 5 in one episode? Incredible. Love it. Give us more. It made me so happy. Anyway, back to the Sam M rant. I want to start off by giving him a little grace because the first set of this date is like the rapid fire questions. And I personally am not good at that. I am not good at speaking on my feet. That is not like my specialty. I need time to ruminate. I need time to think about things. So I will give him some credit there that like, yes, I too have that problem and I see that is real. But also there is a difference between just being bad at speaking on your feet and just not listening. Just truly and deeply, at no point did it seem like he was actually listening to the words that were coming out of Jenn's mouth. And that's what I was kind of saying in the beginning that I saw in the beginning from him. He just feels like one of those people you talk to and it's like nothing is going on. He's just like producing the same things. He's got like little catchphrases he says and that's all he's got. And I just don't get that. And it felt like he just kept digging himself in deeper and deeper. And that's when I just stopped feeling bad because I feel like at any point, if he had tried to just stop Jenn and really talk to her and really be vulnerable and say, hey, this isn't really my strong suit. I am not very good at expressing my emotions. This just isn't really like, this just isn't how I am. Like, this isn't comfortable for me, but I'm trying my best and I want to do the best. I honestly think that would have made a world of difference, but I just feel like like I've been saying, I feel like he's one of those people that this has just always worked for him. Like, it's always worked. He's just continued on in life with relationships where this is how he treated women, and he never really had to actually treat them as real people that he had to talk to. Again, I don't know this man, but it really, really feels like from everything we've seen that his interaction with women in most capacities is probably very like transactional, very like, this is what you do for me, and that's great. And I feel like you can see that too, where he starts being like, well, I love you. I love you. That again just felt like a transactional moment. You want love? Here is love. I give it to you. Give me what I want. That's what I feel from him. I think that is the big ick I give from Sam. I think that's my overall kind of thing about it. I think that is probably what is like the root of these problems. And I could be wrong. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychoanalyst. I'm just somebody who watches reality TV, but that's what I've been thinking about for the majority of today, honestly. And I was just so glad that this challenge was what helped Jenn realize that this man just wasn't saying anything. Like, words were coming out of his mouth, but there was just literally, like she said, there's just no weight behind them. He's just speaking a script practically, and I'm so glad she was able to see this so I could stop worrying about her, because truly with the physical chemistry they were having, I was like, this man is minimum making it to fantasy suites, and he got close, but no dice. And I'm so glad we don't have to see him again until Men Tell All, in which I can't wait to see him again, because I truly can't wait to see him just yelling at people to keep the main thing the main thing. I feel like that's going to be the majority of the tell-all, is him being like, keep the main thing the main thing. It's like, oh. And I think that's all the feelings I currently have about Sam M. I know I'm going to have probably more that are probably, hopefully, better articulated when I come in with my full season recap and review. But I was just holding all that in. It was all I've been thinking about since last night. I had another video idea for today, but I've been so consumed thinking about Bachelorette that I was like, I'll just talk about this. I need a break anyway. It'll be fun to just have a little gossip chat time. So that's where we are with that. And while I did make you think that this video was pretty much just gonna be a rant about Sam M, I have one more little tiny rant that's Bachelorette related. And at the producers, I gave them their props, and now it's time to admonish them. So while we're watching The Bachelorette in my life, multiple people are in the chat talking about that they saw that they were supposed to be announcing the next Bachelor. I was like, oh, that's crazy. They never announce it this early. It's usually Men Tell All or the final rose. Like, they've never done it this early. That would be super weird. And so we're all watching the episode together. We're waiting for it to happen. The end of the episode happens. We watch the credits roll. No Bachelor announcement. So I'm like, oh, whoever posted that must have been lying, because I didn't see it. I hadn't seen it through the day. I was like, that's super weird. Anyway, good night, live chat friends. I then go to open Twitter, and I see it has been announced via a post on the internet. Excuse me? I've seen people saying two different things about the way it was announced. I'm not 100% sure which necessarily came first. I think what came first was Bachelor Nation posting a blog post. Yes, in the year of our Lord 2024, Bachelor Nation was like, you know what? We'll make a blog post on our website to announce our Bachelor. And then I saw other people saying it was a People magazine article. It's very, very could be that both happened at the same time, because I know Bachelor has a relationship with People. They always have exclusives on the couples and all of that after all that. So it could have been a little bit of both, but the fact that it's not even a real social media post. No offense to blogs. Blogs, people like blogs. It's fine. But who watches The Bachelor keeps up with their blog versus their Twitter versus TikTok versus watching the actual show and not keeping up with any of that? Truly incredible to make that choice, and it has been pissing me off all day. Now, I do want to clarify, I am very happy with the choice of Bachelor. I think Grant was a great choice. I think his season is going to be so fun to watch. But for them just to just announce it like that, just throw it away, truly made me so mad, because we have been building up the lore, the epicness of Bachelor, bringing back alum, doing all these good things that make the show fun to watch, and then just to throw the announcement away like that pissed me off. And then I got even more mad when I saw the explanation. The explanation that I saw from producers circulating on the internet was, well, we want people to be able to apply. I don't know why they thought this was the right thing to say for the reasoning why they did this, because I don't think what they understand is nobody's upset about who it is or how early even the announcement is. Everybody is upset about the way it was announced. For God's sake, they could have even just put him on Good Morning America. They were doing that for a while when the show was kind of in that top. They were announcing The Bachelor and Bachelorette on Good Morning America. Minimum, we could have done that. It's my least favorite way they announce, but at least it has a little fanfare, a little show. My personal favorite that I've thought of through the day was they should have had an edit where we see Grant go home and then the camera comes back up and we see Grant again at the house and he gets the announcement. Like, he gets the call from Jesse and we see it at the end of the episode. That's my personal favorite choice. I would love to hear from y'all if y'all have any ideas about what they could have done, because I get that it's hard to put something in. It's easier to do it at the men tell all. It's easier to do it after the final rose, but doing it this way, no. If they ever do, they best not ever think to do this again, because it makes me, I am going to watch it. I am going to watch it because the show's been good, but part of me, my defiant little brain and the way I am, makes me be like, I don't even want to watch that. Because how dare you? How dare you announce it like that? Especially because it's not even like they made a bad choice. They've made so many bad choices in the past and announced it with grandiose, everything fireworks. People like Grant. People have been wanting Grant. Why not make it a big thing? People would be happy. Truly incredible. Makes me so mad, and I had to shoehorn it here into the end. See, Bachelor producers, it's not hard to kind of figure something out to throw it in there. I'm just saying. And now I'm for realsies done ranting about The Bachelorette up to this point. Like I said, I'll be coming back with a end of season review. I love Bachelor. Like I've been saying, I did the math the other day, and by the math, I mean I was literally going through all the Wikipedia articles of The Bachelor versus Bachelorette, trying to figure out the first season that I watched during one of my lives, because somebody asked me, and I am pretty sure, I am almost positive the first real season I watched and paid attention to was Chris Soules. So I'm not an OG. I am only 28, so I can't, it'd be a little hard for me to be an OG. But I've seen some of those old seasons and I've been around for a while, so I have a lot of feelings. So I will continue to watch the show and of course do my season review. Even when I get upset with The Bachelor, it just keeps pulling me back like a toxic ex. But right now, the toxic ex has proved he can change. So we're in a good place. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it and subscribe to the channel. It's a good time over here talking all things reality TV. As always, I would love to hear any of your thoughts, feelings, opinions, all of that and more down below in the comments section. And until then, I'll see y'all in the next one.